Tamisha's Corner. Today I'm showing you how to make this amazing hot and spicy seafood boil. I wanted to give a little context behind the video. I know it's a Thanksgiving series, but not everyone wants to make a turkey for Thanksgiving, so I decided to add a boil to the series. So this is my hot and spicy, okay, on point, ultimate seafood boil, okay? And even if you don't make the seafood boil on Thanksgiving, just make it anyway. But yeah, and I'll give even more context as the video goes along. All right, let's get into it. So these are the ingredients I'll be using for the actual boil liquid. But of course, you know, everyone likes to do things on their own. I've never seen this mix before. It does say that it's new, so I decided to give it a try, as well as with this shrimp and crab boil that I found right there by the seafood market. You guys already know I'm allergic to all shellfish, and so I don't make a lot of shellfish on this channel, but someone close to our family decided that they wanted to contribute and order a seafood boil, and you know, request that I make it on my channel so I can add it to my series. And that's the context I wanted to get into. So in this pot, I have this big old pot of water. I added some of the citrus stuff, the crab boil, and you know, get it nice and good and delicious. Remember, all ingredient measurements will be in my description box, so make sure you check that out. Then I'm going to start adding the corn, the potatoes, and get them nice and yummy and lovely. I didn't boil everything together because I don't have like one of those giant pots like most people. And even then, I kind of don't want to cook the seafood with the potatoes anyway. So after they're cooking nice and tender, I also threw some lemons in there. I'm gonna put it into a bowl, and this is how it looks. Now, this is all the seafood I got. They were kind of on sale a little bit, because when I added it up in my head, it came up to like almost $90. But then once, you know, you put your little code in Kroger, it took off like so much. So this was only like 40-something for the 2 clusters, the lobster tails, and a pound of shrimp. And this is all I'm using, but of course you can switch it up, as well as this is the seafood that, you know, the friend of the family wanted. And this is how the smoked sausage looks. That's the one I'm using. Y'all already know I'm gonna wash my seafood. I don't care, don't come for me. And so I added some little vinegar. It wasn't on there for too long, just to get it nice and cleaned. And as far as the lobster tails, I just decided to slit the top and the bottom so it could be easier for her to eat. But you already know, if you want to take the whole thing off, go ahead and do your thing. So now I'm going to add the seafood right down in here. Now, if you cook any of this, the crab legs, well, the crab legs I left for about 6 or 7 minutes. The lobster tails about 5 minutes, and the shrimp was in there for maybe 90 seconds. Do not overcook your seafood, you guys. Please don't. And I actually did the shrimp last, mainly because, you know, I don't have a huge pot. So, you know, but the lobster tails I left in there for about 4 or 5 minutes or so, something like that. You just need to cook it till it turns bright red, and you'll be able to tell. It's not hard to tell. And that was it. But if you want to cook yours longer, you know, do your thing. But don't overcook your seafood, you guys. Next, I removed the seafood and added the shrimp. Once I added the shrimp, once it came back to a boil, I removed it after 1 minute. And that was it. And you know, it's easy and simple. Well, the whole thing is easy and simple, but this is the easiest part, just boiling everything. This liquid, by the way, smells amazing. I wish I could dive in there. It just smells amazing. Lastly, I added my eggs. The eggs are optional. I think some people don't even put eggs in their boils, but boil the eggs super last. And I just put them on a spoon and gently put them down into the liquid, and it's good to go. And I boiled these for about 10 minutes. All right, so now let's work on the magical butter sauce. So this is about a 1/4 stick of butter. I'm going to add my sausage down because I wanted the juices from the sausage in the sauce. And so that's why I just decided to do it this way. So I'm going to sear it, get a deep sear on the sausage. do not boil the sausage in a cold skillet, because that's what will happen. My skillet is hot. Okay, now you see how the sausage has a deep golden brown color. That's what you want. And I'm just flipping them over, getting them nice and good to go on the other side. This is where you're actually going to cook it all the way through as well. So make sure you cook it properly on both sides until it's cooked through. Follow the directions on the package, or just cook it for like 5 minutes. Yeah, right here. This is what you're looking for. You'll be good to go. I'm going to add another half a stick of butter right down in here. This is a butter sauce. Okay, this is a butter sauce. You don't make this dish every day. Okay, no one should be eating a boil more than twice a year, especially if you're using a butter sauce. But I added my garlic, my shallots, and even more butter. This smelled and looked so good when I was making it, like I can't. And you want to saute this all down. Make sure it's loosey-goosey. You don't want it to be like sticking to the skillet. Then I'm going to add the habanero down. That's what's going to bring that nice punch of heat. Next, I started seasoning it. That was the Old Bay and some cayenne. This is hot and spicy seafood boil. Okay. Onion, granulated garlic, onion powder, some more of that citrus stuff, which is actually good and it's salt-free. And you want to mix that up and cook this down for another 2 to 3 minutes to get the spices all nice and married with each other. All right, so next I'm going to add the chicken broth stock, whichever one you have and want to use. Just a couple turns around the pan, as well as my lemon juice. Now, the reason why I also made the sauce separately from the seafood is because, you know, I'm making this with someone and I wanted to make sure I tasted it to make sure it was good to go. And so this is why I did it this way. But if you want to stir off your seafood before you make the sauce so it can have more of a depth of flavor, that's totally fine as well. So I finished this off with some brown sugar to balance everything out, and then I added my fresh chopped parsley, and then I'm going to mix that up, and that's pretty much it. So now I'm going to put it all together and let you guys see what it looks like. As you can see here, I tried to test the waters by using my ladle. But then I was like, you know what? They need to see this shot, honey. Look. Oh! Y'all, look at this. Boy, I'm telling you, I've been cursed with the with this shellfish allergy. Like, I really, really am. But it looked great. It smelled amazing. I finished it off with some more chopped parsley. And that was it. Look how beautiful this looks. And even if you don't want to make this as a main, this could also be one of the dishes next to your turkey on Thanksgiving Day or whenever, Christmas, whenever. And this is it. And then I transferred it to the aluminum pan that I'm going to take it over there to her. And this is what it looked like. You know, of course, I'm going to put the parchment paper like I always do. And then I'll put the aluminum foil. It's been controversy on my $50 budget video about the aluminum foil, why I never put it directly on food. It's because I feel like the aluminum foil strips, especially the cheap ones. And when I was poor, honey, I used to use the cheap one. So ever since then, I put parchment paper underneath. And that's all it is. No big deal. It's not a rule. It's just what I want to do. I had some liquor left in the house from our previous recipe, and so I decided to go ahead and put a drink together to get it out my house. It's just some rum, cranberry juice, and some fruit pieces, and that was it. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you for your support, and I'll catch you on my next video. Bye!